Today's Cowboys Report is brought to you by Panda Supps. Check out their vitamins and supplements at pandasupps.com. And when you use promo code Cowboys at checkout, you'll save 30% off and get free shipping. We'll tell you a little bit more about them later on. But first, let's talk about Tyrone Crawford and Dontari Poe. Don't panic yet. 3 stars. And you can have some concern. I think that's fair because ideally, nobody starts camp on the PUP list, the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list. But don't freak out. And I saw this a lot on social media and in the comments too. This does not mean that they're going to miss the start of the season. That's not this PUP list. This is the active PUP list, meaning they're going to continue to rehab, which really isn't that big of a deal because, well, the pads aren't going on for a couple of weeks anyway. Now, Poe coming off the quadriceps surgery after he suffered that injury in the season. Crawford coming up double hip surgery. The concern comes because you need those guys on your roster. You need those guys healthy because you can start Antoine Woods. I'd be okay with that. I get pretty darn concerned looking at the rest of the defensive line depth chart for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, Aldon Smith will work in maybe as a linebacker, as a defensive end hybrid type guy, depending on what front that they're using. But you want Tyrone Crawford out there. Probably to take a pay cut too. But that's a different discussion for a different day. So I am not freaking out about these 2 players being injured, at least not yet. I think they'll be fine. Let's check in around mid-August. If they're still on that PUP list, I might be a little bit concerned in terms of their immediate Week 1 impact. But the Cowboys, look, they paid Dontari Poe. They knew he was coming off the surgery, and they haven't cut or restructured Tyrone Crawford's deal, which makes me think they're going to be confident in both of those guys. Now, if you are like my wife, you do not sleep well at night. I hooked her up with Panda Supps SleepAID, and it's improved it quite a bit. She's in a much better mood during the day. Not a dig at her. I love you, honey. You can save 30% off the SleepAID from Panda Supps and the rest of their vitamins and supplements at pandasupps.com if you use code Cowboys at checkout. And that's 30% off. And that package, it's going to last you well over a month. Pandasupps.com. Use that promo code Cowboys. Check the comments and the description. The link's right there for you. Over to Jamal Adams. Oh, this one, it's just like Earl Thomas. You guys still find a way to make it happen. The dream's not dead. I mean, it's not technically dead, but it's on life support and there's no brain activity, so we'll decide maybe in a little bit. Now, Inside the Star put out the article of Dream's not dead, guys. Seattle didn't pay Jamal Adams. And that the author was like, I was floored by this news. Exact quote coming up. I'm flabbergasted Seattle would give up so much draft capital and not have a long-term extension worked out with Jamal Adams. Guys, why does that surprise anyone? It's literally what the Cowboys did. They gave up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper and then let him actually hit free agency before they re-signed him. Jamal Adams, by the way, today, using classic player-coach speak, the plan is to retire here. That is my plan. But those things handle themselves, giving him just enough hope for Seahawks fans to say, yeah, he's going to re-sign with us in the near future. And for you truthers out there to go, hey, you know what? There's a chance. The other problem here with this idea is he's under contract for 2 years. Clearly, Seattle's not going to trade him away right now. So the only option is through free agency. Well, he might be a free agent in 2022. Seattle can also just franchise tag him. Like, that's an option as well. So, the dream technically, no, it is not dead. Just like in 2 or 3 years, the Earl Thomas dream might be back as well, though at that point, maybe you don't want him or not. Technically not dead, but I don't think it's all that positive right now either. So, this is going to be the pinned comment on today's video, and I'm very curious how you guys answer. I am forcing you to pick one. Who is more likely to be a Cowboy at some point in their NFL career? Type JA for Jamal Adams, ET for Earl Thomas. If you get the ad break here on YouTube, take advantage of that, scroll on down, and cast your votes. Let's talk a different trade target here then for the Cowboys. How about Anthony Harris? Technically, this could have been 1 star. I was so offended by the rationale used in this article from FANSIDED that I'm giving it fake news. You can technically make it work. The problem is the arguments used as to why it makes sense aren't actually true. You have to pay Anthony Harris $11.4 million no matter what. You have to do that. He is a franchise tag player. So you have to have that money available. Right now, the Cowboys actually don't. Now, you can cut like a Tyrone Crawford or whatever to make it happen. But the argument presented was twofold. It was, number one, extend Anthony Harris, which you literally cannot do. Not possible. Totally fake. The other option was, well, throw in a player or salary going back. Here were the three names presented: Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and Michael Gallup. I don't know who I need to talk to in order to stop having people trade Michael Gallup. First off, doesn't save you any money. Second off, I am not trading Michael Gallup straight up for Anthony Harris. Horrible trade for the Cowboys. The other salaries to go back to the Vikings save you $1.75 million on Anthony Brown. Oh, by the way, also adds $3 million more in dead money next year. So that's a great way to go about it. And saves you a little over $2 million in Jordan Lewis, excuse me. That doesn't make sense. This is a bad idea. It's a horrible move for the Cowboys. If we want to talk Anthony Thomas next offseason, or Anthony Harris. Why do I keep saying Thomas? I'm an idiot. If we want to talk Anthony Harris next offseason, let's do it. Want to talk about him right now? Not with the cap hit. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, a safety in general, look, I can get on board with that. And stay tuned in a little bit. We'll break down some safety options for the Dallas Cowboys because I think that they could use another safety. I have some semblance of confidence in Xavier Woods and Clinton Dix. I'm not still on the depth of Darian Thompson and Donovan Wilson, so get your votes in here for me in the comments section. Do the Cowboys need to add another safety? Type Y for yes, or type N for no. As someone, by the way, put in the comments section, yes, I was going at and spitting fire on today's show. If you want actually good Cowboys coverage and not bad ideas and factually inaccurate information, well then subscribe. Hit that big red button. No one will keep you more updated than us here at the Cowboys Report. So if you haven't already, subscribe today. Time for some more trade talk here. How about trading away Tank Lawrence? You might think I'm going to give this fake news. The trade idea presented made me pause, though. I'll give it 1 star. I don't think it happens either way, but it's a good topic to discuss and think about. Value-wise here, the trade offer from Bleacher Report was actually pretty good. My problem with this is it doesn't help the Cowboys right now. It does save them money, which is one of the main arguments used here, but it doesn't help the Cowboys win games in 2020. The trade offer was this. The Cowboys get a first and a third, and the Browns get DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, for starters, I don't think the Browns do this trade. I honestly don't. They just paid Myles Garrett so much money, and frankly, they have to pay DeMarcus Lawrence a pretty good chunk of change, around $17 million per year. I wouldn't do this deal right now. I'm curious how you guys would vote here. I wonder if many of you are going to type in D for deal, N for no deal. I wouldn't do it because I am committed to winning games right this second. I think the Cowboys can be a playoff contender. I want to win. If I trade away DeMarcus Lawrence, yes, I get a first-round pick that'll be like, I don't know, maybe 17 overall if we're lucky. I mean, I guess we're lucky, maybe top 10, but probably not. We'll call it 15, right in the middle, all right? But now I have a huge hole at defensive. Now, maybe I could go sign Clowney, but he's going to sign a 1-year deal. The money I save from Tank to pay Clowney is probably going to be at least $11 million. So I'm saving maybe $5 million. I'm getting worse at defensive end. It's going to be a 1-year deal. Now I got to spend all the money I just saved on a top-end free agent, or I got to spend that first-round pick on a lesser prospect coming out in the NFL draft. So if I was rebuilding, I would do it. Because I am not, and because I'm competitive, I'm not going to do that. It's a pretty decent offer. I thought it was a good one to discuss, but in the end, I'm not trading away DeMarcus Lawrence right now. If we want to revisit in the offseason, sure. Right now, no. Let's talk current first-year players. And Tyler Biadasz, is he going to start at center? Maybe. 2 stars. I almost gave this 1 because I don't think that the shortened preseason or offseason and no preseason, the adjusted training camp is good for first-year players. I think that is a negative impact on rookies who are normally getting ramped up and didn't really get the same way that they normally do. Now, the argument from FanSided I thought was actually pretty good as to why the Cowboys should want him to start. A, we don't know how good he can be. We know that Joe Looney is a serviceable center, but he's nowhere near Frederick. I'd prefer to keep Connor McGovern at left guard as well, and you have Biadasz locked up for 4 years, so you got cheap starting caliber player if he can win that job. The if is a big one, though. It still remains to be seen if he can become the next great Wisconsin center to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I've got some hope, but we're going to have to wait and see. So I am very curious to see how he fares in camp. Whatever type of insight we get into camp kind of still remains to be seen, but I hope that he could earn that job. So who do you want to start at center? Now, not who will. Who do you want to be the Cowboys center? Type JL for Joe Looney, type TB for Tyler Biadasz, or type CM for Connor McGovern. I want it to be Tyler Biadasz. I'm typing in my TB. I want that rookie to emerge and earn the job for those same reasons. He's cheap, he's affordable, and if he wins the job, that means he's pretty good. So I'm going to type in my TB. But everyone else in the comments, I see Shyler and Winston and Mike and Akil and Carson Wentz is in there. Okay, that's weird. But everyone gets your votes in there right now. A final news item here to wrap up the news and rumors portion of today's show. No season tickets for the Dallas Cowboys. This decision coming because there's going to be limited, they hope, stadium capacity for the 2020 season. The plan right now is to have some fans able to go and in there. The problem is, well, it's going to be limited, so no season tickets. However, if you have season tickets, I'm sure you got the update today, you can still buy limited number of seats for a limited number of games. You get first crack if you want to go to a game this season. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.